Please welcome Toastmaster Abhijit. Meeting. I declare the meeting to order now.
Mr. Acting President of the Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, you're all welcome to the Toastmasters World. The most important thing in Toastmasters is self-development. How to make ourselves a better speaker, a better leader. That is really needed, particularly for our beloved country, Thailand. We need people to move in an effective manner as a leader, so that our country will be top among the ASEAN countries. Now, ASEAN in full-blown operation. And this year, Thailand is the has a chairmanship of ASEAN. So you can see that in all the sectors, either government or private, we all focusing on being a good speaker, a good communicator, a good leader. That is so important to our survival nowadays. So English has been used as a medium of communication. And somebody just asked me last few days, then why we have to speak English? We can speak Thai, we are in Thailand, and then we talk in Thai. What for? But don't forget, when ASEAN together, each country has its own native tongues. So we say that it's easier if every one of us use English as a medium, which is almost well known to everyone throughout the world. Even now, Chinese is very important. I'm sure that Thai is also very important. Yet foreigners need to learn Thai. How many of them? So we use English. And this is one of the things we will help our country indirectly and help ourselves directly to be a better communicator. This is the reason we focus on communication and leadership skills. I do believe that every one of us here will be able to make a difference the moment we start to do it. Don't be afraid of it. Don't underestimate ourselves. Never say my English is not good. Never think that. Because everyone who has learned English in some way, I'm sure we all can speak English. But how to make it understandable, that is the most important factor in our life. So I am sure that when we are together, we can make a great difference to our country and also to ourselves. A lot of people misunderstand that to be a professional speaker, in Thai we call not cool. Somebody thinks that not cool speaker just keep on speaking, doing nothing. But to us, we don't agree that the word not cool is the one who just doing that. Not cool must plus with the punam. So be a good communicator. So when we are good communicators, we can help a country to explain something at our work. We each has individual job. How to be the number one in the job. How to better our career growth. That will help all of us. So don't worry. Somebody, yesterday when I met someone, he said my English is not good, I cannot join Toastmasters. I said that's not the point. You can learn because speaking is both science and art. We can learn. So far we can speak, we can be a better speaker. So today you are all welcome to this very important session. Actually, we have our president coming as well, and just over. I thought that we should have Toastmaster who's supposed to be the president today to say something before we carry on our program. May you please pause that. Okay. You're welcome.
Today, I will be acting the president again. Last time I will be acting the president also, since our president is on duty, so he cannot come to this meeting. I don't know what it is. I already said to you, but first of all, I would like to welcome all of you to the Toastmaster. So, as you know, that this meeting is the place that we can practice our English and also learn to be a leader and have a very good speaking in public. Today we have the guests, the three guests that come to our meeting. First is Toastmaster Mr. Kaisa, Toastmaster Nasra, and Toastmaster Arun. I would like our member to give a call to these guest speakers. So it's about time, so I would like to begin our Toastmaster meeting.
Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most important thing every time when we have the meeting, there are three main parts. The first part we'll normally call the table topics session. This section is an impromptu speech training. A table topics master will be here asking one of us, anyone, or maybe asking for volunteers. He or she will ask questions. You may not understand the questions well, but if he or she asks you to come up, don't worry. Just stand up, smile, and walk to the lectern. Don't forget to shake hands. Why we have to shake hands in an international way? Actually, when we shake hands, there is a meaning there. Shake hands, please help me when I forget. Please help me when I can't go on. He or she will be the first person to help the speaker. So when after shaking hands, you come up and you deliver a speech. Don't worry about that. This is an impromptu speech. If the table topics master asks you about cats, you don't like cats, you can talk about dogs. You can talk about elephants within the time limit. This is the table topics challenge. And the next one is a prepared speech challenges. When a member is ready to introduce himself or herself to other members, so they will start to give the icebreaker. Project number 1, icebreaker. Just telling about oneself, what I'm doing, what I would like to do, that is our way to say it. And then we have, today actually we have 3 speakers under project number 2, number 3, and you can learn from that. And of course in Toastmasters, that makes this program existing more than 94 years because of its evaluation techniques. There will be a person called personal evaluator to give the evaluation. So you will learn from that. And that's why we come to the evaluation section. That includes the timekeeper, the art counter, the grammarian. We are not teaching English in Toastmasters. We learn it in a natural way. Everyone comes to the club, listen and practice. That's all. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to start with what we call the order. Yes, so there will be thought for the day and word of the day. Yes, today we have 2 in 1 package, right? We have word for the day and thought for the day 2 in 1 package. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Day. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Word of the day today is once in a blue moon. Can you see a blue moon? No, because the moon is not blue. It's white or yellow. So blue moon means impossible or very hardly or rarely. For example, I will marry you once in a blue moon. Yeah, as I said earlier, the moon is not blue, it's impossible. It means I will never marry you. Yeah. So a second example, I drink wine with dinner once in a blue moon. It means I do it maybe one time per month or one time per year. I hardly or rarely do it. Yeah. I think it is an interesting idiom for you to use. Yeah, it is word of the day. Thank you. Thought of the day. I saw this quote from a small billboard on the wall in a classroom in the US. The quote is, everyone is different, respect the difference. As we can see in America, the problem is racism and discrimination between white and black people. That is why they have this billboard to campaign and respect people. Come back to Thailand, I read on the internet. Thailand is one of the most bullying country in school. For example, we may have heard this guy is short, this one is fat, or someone call me, hey, Glasset, but my name is not Glasset. Or it is gay, it is lesbian, or disgusting, something like that. If we do like that, we are not respectful. Also, we should respect different opinion, ideas, skills, and personality. I'm gonna tell you that no one is perfect. And everyone is different, so respect the difference. The world will be peaceful. Okay, this is all of the day. Thank you.
Yes, Lily, I'm so happy to have heard word of the day and thought for the day by Toastmaster Peng. I do believe that if you keep on practicing, you will be the top 10 international tour guide in the world. Okay? Yes, believe me, only practice that can change people to be better, that we always regard is so important. And in Toastmasters, you can see we use the lectern. And sometimes we speak outside the lectern. You can apply both. Because as the orator, when you stand behind the lectern, you use the power of your torso, the upper half, and then you keep on motivating people. In the past, as I said, in Thailand, if you stand behind the lectern, you are not really supposed to show your body language. You may smile, but not too broad. You may use your hand gestures, but if you just show it a few times, people wonder what happened to you. Because Thai people are very polite, very humble. And then we have been taught that to be humble even on stage. But nowadays, under globalization, you can see that even prime ministers, whoever, they start to speak with the body language. So make it international. The most important thing for why we come to Toastmasters, why we have to speak in English. You know, some 30 over years ago, so far as I could remember, I taught at one temple, the temple school. They invited me. The first thing when I was giving the first speech to introduce myself teaching English, I will ask the students, why did you want to study English? Many people said, we want to study English because one day we will work for America, for Britain, or for Australia. I said, you have the mistaken thought. We study English in order to communicate with friends around the world. And if in business, we must be able to use our English as a medium to convince them to buy what we have in Thailand, to bring them to love Thailand when they arrive here, like our tour guide here. That is very important. We are not studying English to serve any native speakers, actually. We study in order to connect with them. And one student stood up, so then could we be their boss? I said, of course, in this world, it's up to us. From over 30 years ago, I told them, you could see one day an American or a British would come to Thailand serving food, working in Thailand because they love it. So we are not studying English in order just to be a servant to somebody. We study English in order to empower ourselves to be ourselves with our own style. This is the most important thing. Nowadays, ASEAN use English. So what we are going to do, particularly all of you who are so important to our country, because you are working in the government sector, what you say is meaningful. Whatever you talk about your profession in English, let people outside know about it. That make our country better. So together, please come to join Toastmasters and learn what you can benefit from it, and then share with it, and share with your friends all the things you have learned from Toastmasters. So ladies and gentlemen, now we come to a very, very important session. That's called the table topic section. And today, somebody who volunteered to be the table topics master already prepared something to give us some education, enjoyment with questions. If you are the respondent, you learn how to respond. If you are the listener, you learn what you observe that person is responding. And then you become a better person. And of course today, we have our table topics master. We have first we call here very, very special, call 20 questions. This is a very unique program in your club, non-existing in other clubs. So join your club. That is the best one. One, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I would like you to enjoy the game that I call 20 questions. And the game consists to you need to ask a question to somebody here. If you thinking about a word and you try to guess by ask question, but the guy here can answer only with yes or no. So you have 20 questions to guess and what is. So I think we use separate into groups in the right hand and the left hand here. And I would like to advise you to think about a word. Think about, I don't know, maybe about animals, something, and you think about the words and what everyone trying to ask the question and you answer.
About animal or
Or anything. and category animal. I think about brand, a brand, or think about attribute and animal, and the two groups to
Giant. The one word.
you can think about
Someone asked.
yes, ask question.
Yes or no?
Yes,
Just choose a category.
yes, we choose
Yeah. So, to be animal.
we think about animal.
The size is
Bigger. Oh, that means I know what's a what. Okay, so animal, yes.
okay. When compared to elephant, is bigger than elephant.
No.
Maybe
Living in the ocean?
No.
fish has gone.
High off.
Not exactly. No.
People
It's
Eating.
No.
Not pet. Can be.
the animal cannot eat.
We can eat.
Because I use only yes and no. Now, so don't misinterpret it. When I say no, I cannot eat, you mean yeah. But because sometimes some things people don't eat, but if you like it, so
Okay. Snake. Is it snake?
no.
Is it frog? Frog.
No.
Frog.
No. Would like to know whether the answer is the answer.
Is it in forest?
Oh yes.
Predator.
Oh yes.
Predator.
Dinosaur.
This is dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
This is smaller than elephant, not bigger than
Or
Maybe a kind of bird.
No.
Predator.
Forest?
Yes.
Tiger.
Taller than something. Taller than
Some no.
Smaller than elephant.
Mm.
Yeah.
If you use edible, say yes. Vegetable, no.
Lion.
Is that the answer? Yes. Yes.
Thank you everyone to participating this session. So it's all public. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very special I myself am still new to this game as well. So give ourselves a big round of applause. And of course, the next program will be the table topic session. And so you can practice answering the question. Don't feel afraid of it. When there is a question, ready, stand up and grab the opportunity. It's very easy sometimes to answer the question, but sometimes it seems difficult, right? But just remember, a 2-minute speech or a 1-hour speech is the same. We start with the opening, with the body, and with the conclusion. And the most important thing, when you don't know something, smile. Smile. Even you don't know anything at that moment, keep on smiling. Don't leave too quickly. Smile, and you look at the sign when it's yellow. Bye-bye. And then you just sit down. You gain self-confidence. And today, are you ready? Our table topics master is ready. Yeah. DTM, Arun, please.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen. Now we come to the very exciting program. This is about the table topic session. Our Toastmaster of the day already mentioned what the table topic is. Today, I prepare 5 questions for you. A very easy one. So, I would like to, you have 2 minutes to answer the question. When the time passes by 1 minute, the green sign will be shown to you. And 1 minute, 30 seconds, yellow sign. And at 2 minutes, the red sign will be shown. So you can try to wrap up the answer. Okay, let's go to the first one. What part of Thailand you like more? Very easy one, right? Is there anybody would like to volunteer to answer the question? Okay.
What part of Thailand I like most? I would say my hometown. Of course, I live in the northeast Isan part of Thailand. Even my hometown does not. We don't have the sea. We don't have beautiful mountain. But my family is here. Is there? So I'm at ease. When I think about home, that makes me happy. So I want to come back to my hometown right now. So thank you.
I would like to add some information that the answer is not correct. It's no. That means that you can answer anything. There's no right or wrong answer. Right? Like our Toastmaster Quang, like some country and that place that where it was. Now the second one, please tell us 3 things you learn about yourself. Very easy. You learn about yourself. Okay. 3 things. Tell us 3 things about yourself. Okay. You would like to answer?
Myself, I love
Talking about 3 things.
you ask me what I think I love. I think I love about my have a lot of confidence. And
the second one.
and the second one, I think I want to learn English some more.
Yeah, the last one.
I think I love believe 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 something to success to follow the progress.
Maybe I think everybody had different ideas. Maybe you had some idea that different for be like confident, right? Want to learn more about English and believe in success. Now, go to the next one. Do you want to live at least 100 years? Okay? Anybody want to answer the question? Do you want to live until you have 100 years old? You can try.
Yes or no?
Would like to volunteer for it?
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, just to show you that for the next question, you will volunteer to come out. Do you want to live at least for 100 years? Of course, why not? Because my ambition is to live to 120 years. Now I feel still young. You know, at the age of 40, I feel so young. When coming to 50, oh, I feel younger. At this 68 years old man, oh, I think don't use the word old. I always put in my resume, 68 year young. Don't put 68 years old, that you become old. So 100 years will be just so simply amazing. Because, you know, my grandmother ate everything. She said 80 years old is just the starting point for life. So when I failed a number of times, I told her, she said, don't say fail. You almost succeeded. So keep on. You're still very young boy, 60 years old. Right? Because you can start at 80. Life just a beginning. So ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing, either 100 or 200 years, it doesn't matter. But the most important is that how we make our life so happy every day, every moment, and make some values and leave it behind as our legacy. This is what I would like to say, that legacy is so important. A lot of people said, I can do nothing, but I can die for myself. Don't think about that. If as a human being, we can do some little thing good, not only for ourselves, but for our family, for our community, and for our world, it's really worthwhile to be an exemplary man on earth. Enough. So this is the most important thing. That's why it's up to now, 68 years old. I joined Toastmasters, keeping on speaking and say 68 years young. You could see the difference. And then what I'm going to leave as a value to see people all in Thailand are competitive, become number one under this beloved world. Back to you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you have already seen the Paisan answer the question. Try to speak more and more because you have 2 minutes, right? Just practice. Now, my next question. Okay. How to achieve your personal goal? What is your goal and how to achieve? How about Mr. Peng, would you like to answer the question? Personal goal. What is your goal? Okay. Yeah. Oh, yes.
or can be to do exercise and try a lot. And I should do people, for example, like inspiration for me that they how can they be a government officer because I think this job in the school can government can support me about like cheating, healthy, and a lot of I think to be a government is good for me.
It's a very good answer. They want to be a government officer and try to study more and more to learn more. Okay. What is the most memorable event in your life? Everybody had a lot of experience, right? But some of them may be very important for you and you can remember for a long, long time. So what is the most memorable event in your life? Going abroad or do something else?
Right.
Okay. Okay.
I think one of the most memorable event in my life, I travel alone in Washington DC by train. But I'm afraid I lost way or cannot go back home by myself because I travel only me and I didn't know anything. I just have my cell phone to look at map, what place I would like to go. And I visited a lot of museums in Washington DC. I saw White House, and I really love this city because there are many museums and important places in America. But the time is not enough. I went there 3 days. I visit only 2 museums, but it's very big museum in the city. So I would like to go back there again if I have opportunity. It's very memorable event in my life. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think I have fulfilled my duty. Already 5 questions. And I would like to pass this my duty to our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Table Topics Master DTM Arun, for the great job. And you will feel that sometimes we hesitate to answer because we don't exactly work out what will be about. Don't worry. Next time, come up first and you say, oh, I don't know what to say. You just move on. Then when you go back and sit down, you gain self-confidence. This is the most important thing we do in Toastmasters. So every time we learn here, in order to say something like Adanarun said, nothing's right, nothing wrong in our answer. But at work, we can compose the message more accurately. For example, your boss asks you, why didn't you come to work yesterday? You just give a brief, short reason. You just say that yesterday morning when I woke up late, I felt not so well, and then your boss said, no, stop. I just asked you one question. Why you didn't come to work yesterday? I was ill, that's all. I was sick, I was terrible, I was being hospitalized, that's enough. So we have to apply from what we have learned from Toastmasters. Adapt before we adopt and apply it. This is what we do. So don't worry. I don't know how many of us here have difficulty in understanding English. Please, we are all like a big family. If you feel somebody speak too fast, the speaker here will have to slow down. In Toastmasters, we do it this way. If the speaker speaks too slowly, speed up, so that people can understand with entertainment. This is one of the most important. In Toastmasters, we said we learn through edutainment. Education plus entertainment. But we don't have karaoke, right? We will just use our words to empower people and feel relaxed. Today we have how many speakers? Three prepared speeches. There will be our speaker, the first speaker will be Toastmaster Chima, and the second speaker will be Toastmaster Apple. Yes, Toastmaster Apple. And then the third speaker will be Toastmaster Boy. Boy is not here. So we have only two speakers. Don't worry. We Toastmasters are problem solvers, not problem makers. When we have any problem, we solve it. This is what we call positive feedback and positive vision. When we face something, we don't call it a barrier. Barrierคืออุปสรรค right? We call it a challenge. So in Toastmasters, whenever we face a challenge, we take it. So this is what we learn from the Toastmasters arena. So at work, when you see the challenge, you see the opportunity, grab it. Never say, I'm not ready, don't do that. Be proud of yourself. I remember when my father would like to promote someone in my company. And then he called that guy to the room. I was there. My father said, you have been with us for so long. You are very talented. I will promote you to be our next director. He said, no, don't. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. So the next day, my father announced the name of the new director. What happened? He came back 2 hours later to my father's office and banged the table. Why not me? Why not me? My father said, you are not ready. He said, I am เกรงใจ so I don't take. But my father เกรงใจ no more chance, right? So ladies and gentlemen, keep everything we have, prepare it. When we have the opportunity, grab it. We learn how to speak, not tomorrow then we get a new job. We learn how to speak in order to better ourselves and better our job. And one moment we get an opportunity, grab it. Very easy. That's why we have to learn how to prepare ourselves with speeches. And today, there are, of course, 2 evaluators who will take turns. Like 1, take 3, or 2. I think the first one will be evaluated by you, and the second one by DTM Nasra, and back to you again. Okay. So our first speaker, introduce myself, Toastmaster Chima, will be evaluated by DTM Arun. May you please read the objective.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, the objective of project number 1, the speaker, is to begin speaking before an audience, to discover speaking skill you already have and the skill that needs some attention. Time is 4 to 6 minutes.
Wow, thank you very much, Sharon. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Chima.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to introduce myself. My name Jirachaya. My Arabic name Rahma. My please call me Jima. I'm from I am Muslim. I'm from Ayutthaya province. I working at Human Resource of Treasury Department. I happy I work at Treasury Department. I bachelor degree and master degree from Ramkhamhaeng University. Glad to meet you. I am 40-year old. My birthday is the 13th of March. I have 9 brothers and sisters. My father died in 13 November last year. He was his disease. I'm sorry. Now my mother sick and she being sick of paralysis. I want to you know about my daily routine. In the morning, I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. After that, I make a bed and I brush my teeth and wash my face before to pray subuh. I am a Muslim. Muslim pray 5 days. After that I pray subuh and dua about 10 minutes in the morning. I dress my dress put on. We call hijab. HIYAB. Hijab. Muslim in the Bible follow the Prophet of Allah. She will wear hijab. I can speak 3 languages. Bahasa Malaysia. How are you? Bahasa Malaysia said apa khabar? Khabar. Said khabar. And Arabic. Ma'asalama ila liqa'ah. Muslim. When I remember when a student, my grandfather, my teacher taught me read and Quran. You know Al-Quran. Al-Quran is a complete. So I can do something Islam want to make me to follow the Prophet of Allah. My family Islam in Ayutthaya province. My house near Chao Phraya River at Bangpa-in front of Bangpa-in Paris. So that in the morning I have breakfast. I work digitally with my car. Sometimes I work with I go to work, take at a train station. Bangbayin station. I take a train to station Bangbayin. After that, I arrive my office about 8 o'clock in the morning. I have breakfast at my office with coffee in the morning. I work begin 8:30 to 12 o'clock. After that, have lunch and I work some more there. I finish in my office 15:30. I go home. After that, I go to my home. I arrive my home about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, you can say that anyone who has his or her personal story, just come up and share with the members, and then you gain self-confidence. And of course, I would like to say that when I was in Penang, I remember that they say Salamat Petang or Pagi, yes, good morning, right? Oh, I see. Yes, and of course, now we come to the second speaker, who is Nandan, Toastmaster Apple under project number 2. May I have Nasra to read the objectives. The title is The Sports of the Treasury Department. The Sports of the Treasury Department.
Project number 2. Select and appropriate outlines allow listener to easily follow and understand your speech. Make your message clear with supporting material directly contributing that message, and use appropriate transition when moving from one to another part, and create a song opening and conclusion. Time 5 to 7 minutes.
Yes, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Apple.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sawani Panjipatana. My nickname is Apple. I come from General State Property Management Division. I talk about the sport of Treasury Department. The sport of Treasury Department was held in 19 January 2019 at the Royal Thai Mint, Pathum Thani Province. There were 4 team colors: blue, green, orange, and pink team colors. There was the elegant parade team and cheerleader teams. Emphasize Thailand team. There were Thai costume, and there had contest for cheerleader and stand cheer. There were many sports such as tug of war, football, badminton, chairball. The highlights of sport day were football VIP for the director of Treasury Department and the actors. And in the evening, we had party from directors and officials of Treasury Department. I in place for this sport Treasury Department because we are participating in the sport. Cooperate. Thank you.
Yes, because in Toastmasters, when you talk about your project number 1, you introduce yourself. The next project, let's say project number 2, you talk about something in general, about your office, about your personal life relating to a certain profession. So you extend it. Very easy. Don't be afraid of that. Congratulations for both speakers today. Well done. And of course, we would like to know more about Treasury Club. And then you can share with us a lot in the future. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, the third part is called general evaluation. But before going there today, I don't know whether we have better English. Toastmaster Kwan, we have better English. Oh, okay, no, don't worry. So I take this opportunity in order to let our general evaluator move on first. English is very easy. So I will give a brief speech on English. It's very easy actually. But the only thing when we study English for a long time and when we speak, everyone can speak, I am sure. But when we speak, some native speakers couldn't understand. It's not our fault because we have the English plus Thai accent, right? When we go to Malaysia, they have Malaysian plus Malay accent. They have Manglish, they have Singlish, and they have Thailish. Don't worry about that. The only thing when we speak English, we have to put the right stress on the right syllable. If we say market, I'm going to the market. If I'm going to the market, there is nothing wrong. But unfortunately, native speakers sometimes they don't understand. I'm going to market, I'm going to Wanapumi. They say, where's Wanapumi, right? They couldn't do it. So we just try to speak. Don't worry whether we speak with a British accent or with American accent or with Australian accent. I thought somebody been to Australia, you come to Thailand to die, you come to Australia to die. No, we are not coming to die. We're coming to have a great tour in Australia. That's the same. In Thailand, sometimes we say Jui like orange Jui. If you say orange Jui, there's a problem when you go to Penang. They will say, I want orange Jui. Then they thought orang mean people, mean man. And then you say Jui Jui there, that means water. Orang Jui, human water. That's the problem. My friend ordered the orang Jui, and then the lady selling said, we don't have to sell orang Jui here. We don't sell it. My friend said, you don't know orang Jui? He said, if you want, I will have my husband to produce it. So be very careful when we speak English, that's all. When we say, for example, today we say important. Don't worry. It's not a mistake, but we just correct a little bit. We say important. We say important. Every day then we say important. Yeah. If we say important with someone who is Benman, right? Arun and me and myself spoke at 1 o'clock at one event, and the lady standing up. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to a very important person. Who is important? And then it's none other than Ajahn Arun. No, Arun, you are important man. We're very sorry. And then people laughed. He couldn't understand why people laugh. So be careful just to pronounce it. We say a sheet of paper. Do it. Not sheet of paper. Don't worry. In Thai, we are very humble. We try to be very polite. A sheet of paper, right? No, don't worry. A sheet of paper. My grandmother said, boy, and then water coming on my face, the saliva. A sheet of paper. Not everyone, please look at your sheet. Sheet means key, right? S-H-I-T. Or one of our new members, you remember Arun? Some 70 years old say, ladies and gentlemen, please look at the sheet job. And then everyone went, where was she? So be careful. If you want to say shit, then do it. Don't forget. 1, 2, 3, 4. The problem in Thailand is that when we say 1, we say 2, we say 3. Some say 3, 3 or 3. Then for all 4. In America, sometimes they say 4, right? But you say 4, nothing wrong. British say it's 4 o'clock. Some Americans say 2 o'clock, right? It's different. So when you say 5 with a little bit 5 with a like that. So in English, no, there is no e actually. It's like e plus a little a for a fish. You don't say for each fish. You say for a fish. Yeah, for a fish. That's 6 o'clock. 7. We don't say 7. I don't know how you pronounce. 7-11. No. Yeah, I and my friends going past the 7-11. My friend said, hey, there is the 7-11. And then my American friend said, where is the 7 elephants? Then elephant, not 11, like the elephant 7, at 7. At 8, we say 8 with a little t. Now like a 9. And to end, this is one of the most difficult words actually. To end, we say 10 boys, not 10 boys. To end 10 boys. When we go back, practice it. If it is still doubt, we can have some tongue twisters. Like tongue twisters. The train thunders through the tunnel. So we can practice. We do it anyway. She sells seashells on the Irish seashore, and we practice it every day. I do believe we are all great speakers. Don't worry. But in Toastmasters, we add a little more. Not only how to pronounce it correctly, but how to put words together and make people understand it. This is very important. That's why we come together, practice on the stage. Don't worry. And so in the future, we hope that like in our club, everyone arrive at the club will speak in English. Some 28 years ago, anyone got to the club, have one Thai word, pay $1. So everyone wanted, cannot. That's why we cancel it. And nowadays at our club, everyone speak English. Even I meet Nasra at the club, we speak in English. Arun in English. So don't worry. Come, and if you have questions, please ask. We are like brothers and sisters. We will help you. If we know that, if we know the problems, if we know what you want, that is one of the most important things. So ladies and gentlemen, now it's time we are going to a special section called General Evaluation. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming distinguished Toastmaster Nasrallah.
Toastmaster of the Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen, evaluation sessions help us to become better. This session will allow us to see what happened and how to make it better, as I mentioned. And we will know what we have done very well and what we have the room for improvement. And definitely time is very important in every meeting. As Toastmaster, we practice not just the way to communicate, how to manage our time in an effective way. And let's hear our time performance today from our charmer, Toastmaster Kwang.
Fellow Toastmaster, guests and friends, here's my top report. For the table topic, 2 minutes is maximum time allowed for each speaker. I don't know myself, so I cannot do it myself. Toastmaster Shima spent 1 minute and maximum. He became as 2 minutes and Toastmaster again 1 minute and 19 seconds. Toastmaster take 1 minute and 34 minutes. For the prepared speech session, Toastmaster Shima, you spend 6 and 41 seconds. Toastmaster Apple, you spend 2 minutes and 6 seconds. For me, my feedback, everyone did a great job, but Toastmaster Shima, you may speak shorter, and Toastmaster Apple should speak more because 2 minutes and 6 minutes is a short. But anyway, congratulations for everyone who has participated in this session, whole session. Thank you.
Thank you very much for time report. As I already mentioned, it's very important in the meeting because we are practicing how to manage our time. And definitely we need to learn from the personal evaluator. Personal evaluator will evaluate the speaker to improve the speaker and help speaker to know what they done very well and what they can make better in the future. And normally we will evaluate personal evaluator according to the project objectives. Today, I would like to invite distinguished Toastmaster to evaluate Toastmaster Shima.
Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen, especially Toastmaster Shima, who deliver project number 1, introduce yourself or icebreaker. First of all, I would like to say that you did a very well prepared. You have the confidence to speak in front of the audience. When I look at you, take a note. It is normal. For the first project, normally people will take note. You can use it. But your confidence is very good. Try to speak, introduce yourself. The detail of yourself, just starting from the time you get up in the morning at 5 o'clock until you come to work here and go back at home. Arrive home at about 6 o'clock in the evening. It's very have a lot of detail. You know that you have graduate bachelor degree, master degree from National University, and you live in Ayutthaya province. You have to travel from Ayutthaya in the morning to work here and go back home. It's a long time, but this is okay. And your routine work, everything you already mentioned, you can speak 3 languages. Very good. One thing that maybe I would like to tell you and everybody, when the timer gives the signal or press the bell, don't worry. If you haven't complete or make your conclusion, you still can have the time another 30 seconds. But today you already take 6 minutes 41 seconds. Actually you can take 6 minutes 30 seconds, but only 11 seconds over time. That's okay, no problem. But then the next project you will take 5 to 7 minutes, a little bit more. But you have a well prepared, then you take your note and introduce yourself. Only one thing that when you, maybe the first time you don't know how to open your speech, your body of the speech and your conclusion. Today you don't have conclusion because when the bell is ringing and then you just go back. That's okay, no problem. But next time suppose while you are deliver your speech and the bell rang, just make a conclusion so that you can have opening, melody and conclusion. For your opening, you just said, today I want to introduce myself. Actually, normally we do not say like that. Maybe you can say something else. Ladies and gentlemen, you know how far, how long I take from Ayutthaya province to work here. That's one. And then you say, I live in Ayutthaya province. But in overall, I just would like to say congratulations.
Thank you very much. This is Toastmaster Arun. As general evaluator, will evaluate only personal evaluator. I hope in the future everyone can become personal evaluator. If when you work on this duty, you need to have the listening skill, analytical thinking skill, because you need to point out what you can help the speaker become better. And you need to also have the speaking skill. As Toastmaster, we provide only constructive feedback and make the speaker feel better and want to deliver speech more and more. This is the way. So this is a chance that you can develop yourself as personal evaluator. And for the second speaker, personal evaluator is myself. Every project has a different purpose. Project number 1 at Toastmaster Shima deliver. The main purpose is just stay here and say something about yourself in 4 to 6 minutes. For project number 2, different purpose. We want you to know how to organize your speech. And for Toastmaster Apple, do you have a chance to, because right now I think no manual available in your cup, that's right. This is the, and I really appreciate your effort because you prepare your information and you can deliver it natural way. This is the good way that we practice Toastmaster. If you have a chance, you can read the manual, you will know for this project. This project will provide you how to organize your speech. Actually, any speech will divide it into 3 main parts. Part number 1, we call opening. Part number 2, body or content. Part number 3, closing or conclusion. When you open your speech, you can write up what you are going to tell the audience. This is the main message for the part number 1, opening. And part number 2, content or body. You just tell the message, deliver the message to the audience. And part number 3, conclusion or closing. You just, what have you told the audience? This is the way that simple technique that you can use when you deliver any speech. And I like to encourage you to do work more on your project. And you can have a chance to read the manual when you can access the website Toastmaster. And you will learn more. We have a lot of manual available for all of you. And at Toastmaster, this is the Toastmaster place I mentioned. This is a place that everyone can practice. Don't worry any mistake. Just dare to make any mistake. This is the way that we can become better. Like in the table topic session, it's no right or wrong answer because your experience, your story, you can say anything. No one can judge you. Just dare to speak. This is the way. We are what we repeated do. And if you want to become excellent, that means you need to practice more and more. How many hours that you can master any skill? You know how many hours? 10,000 hours. During the journey of 10,000 hours will be completed and then every step that will pass. And so, if you have a chance to stay here today, that you already passed the first step. You will gain more confidence. This is the way that we learn at Toastmaster. And today, no one can have chance to stay here. And if you want to stay here, please join me now. Say something and just, okay, I feel happy. Anyone want to stand here now? Just, Only smile is okay. Just gain self-confidence. That's you have a chance to stay here as the speaker today. Anyone, join me now. Join us now. Join me now. Join me now. Can stay here and say something. Okay.
I think for those who have not.
Yes. I want to encourage them.
I think that there are still for Patung Thani here.
Yeah. Okay, join me now. Join me now. Join me now. Just okay. Hello, everyone. Say something. Anything. So exciting.
I can speak English little bit. I come here. Listen. I come here because I want to talk, to write, to read English. Excellent. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is the first step that everyone you have experienced. Definitely. Even the right now you may say, oh, this guy is very excellent. Everyone need to pass this step before. And anyone want to have experienced the first step?
Say something.
Say something or just smile is okay. Yay!
Thank you. Very useful for me to take the first step. And this is my first time I practice English.
Okay, Dolly fast. Right now. Everyone? Yeah. First step, yeah, everyone need to pass the first step.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is my first time in Toastmasters, and I think it's useful for me. Can adapt for everyone, for every day, and I never speaking in English too much for the day. I think it good. Here is a good count. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We need more. Anyone want to have the experience? Today, all of us will pass the first step together. Yay!
Everyone that today first time in this talk. I want to speak English.
Oh!
Hello, everybody. And this is my first time for Toastmasters. I want to listen and see them.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Now, today, we all pass the first step. Please give a big round of applause to everyone. Yay! And this is because Toastmasters, as I mentioned, Toastmasters provide you a chance to develop communication skills. When it does English course, but we use English as a media to communicate. And that's what you have in yourself, in your mind, more important than the way you speak. So I believe I observe you have something in yourself and have something to share with us, and everyone can learn from you, including myself. I really want to learn from all of you because this is open section, different from my experience. I never work for government. And something that when I have tried to talk with your president, that he mentions many things that is different from my work when I work in organization. The way on how to perform, how to connect, how to know the way to become better performance in this organization. Many things that we can share and learn together. This is the way that you can share with us as well. And from the first session, I really like your words. Everyone know, word of the day. Once it's blue moon, that means impossible. Then you can say something that like the just kidding. Oh, once it's blue moon. Like the, oh, I believe I can be a man. Once it's blue moon or something like that. And I like the word that out of the day, everyone is different. Respect the different. That we get ready to respect you because we are different. That we mentioned you work for organization. We are different as well, and we respect your different. Please share with us. If you have a chance, you can include in your speech like the Toastmaster effort with today. Actually, I really appreciate your effort because you don't have the project manual. That's right. But to prepare to deliver speech, if you have chance to learn from the manual, I believe you can make it excellent. And I think it's now the time that we can have chance to. I hope we can see you next meeting. That's right, on the second. On what this day? 6th of February. Now I think I would like to. Oh, I also like your session as well. Communication idea is a good educative idea that you can involve everyone to this session and just you can ask only one word you can use in this session. It depends on your style. It include in the agenda next time. And now I think I would like to stay. You have a chance to learn from the experience in Toastmaster. This is the Toastmaster person. If I think in the future, one of you will perform duty as Toastmaster of the day, you will know the step by step. This is the way as Toastmaster of the day do. Please observe and learn from him. Please give him a big round of applause. And for table topic session, this big Toastmaster will prepare everything for you. If you can see the slide that actually on the right hand side, he already gives you the technique to give the answer how to participate in the table topic session. I hope next time you will have a chance to learn from him into detail how to step, because actually we have the structure when you give the impromptu speech. It's very important skill as well. And I think now it's all for today, and I would like to return this note, actually we call lectern, to the Toastmaster Paisan.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can see that in Toastmasters, we give positive and constructive evaluation. And today, Nasrullah did. If you saw Nasrullah perform, you might say, oh, because you have been speaking a lot. Actually, believe me, the first time when I met her is a great difference from now. She has become a professional coach, trainer, where at the beginning, some years ago, it was totally different. So record yourself what happened today, and the next 1 or 2 years, you can see a marvelous difference in you. Nasra, thank you very much. To be a Toastmaster is very simple, but be consistent, be persistent, and be perseverant, be patient. Because sometimes, when we join an organization, we want to learn something. If we are not consistent, today we like it, tomorrow we dislike it, the next day we forget it, everything is totally gone. The three of us are very happy seeing you paying great attention. I myself from Bangkok come just for your meeting in English. And this evening, we all will be at the Thai club, giving speeches at the Thai club, motivate Thai people who don't speak English to be a better communicator. And then, of course, Nasara from somewhere, wow, so far, where? Oh, Taupun, somewhere. Yeah, Arun from Sukhumvit. All of us come here. The values, when we see the change, that is our profit. We are not being paid by Toastmasters. We all dedicate ourselves as one of the leaders, particularly for our Thai people. But nowadays we cannot say it. We have 5 countries all together, including Thailand. So we have to promote everyone in the world. We have to say that. But in our heart, as a Thai citizen, we want to see every one of us make a great difference, be competitive under this, I call it robotization. There will be no globalization, it's robotization. You may talk to the robot. If your communication not good, it can be even worse. So this is one of the things we all together. Our efforts will be worthwhile only when we see the change in you. That's why Natsra used to be the coach, coaching a lot, and then she stopped for the whole year just to give benefits to the fellow Thai. And next year you will start doing horn again. Ajahn Arun, only 79 years young. Yeah, still keep on. We'll be coming. So far as you are ready, we are ready. We don't think of money in Toastmasters. We think of the human values. That's a big change. That's why when I was walking somewhere, meeting somebody coming up, thank you very much, Ajahn, you changed my life. Say, congratulations, it's you yourself who made it. So this is the most important thing. I observed that Apple today, project number 2, but GMAT next time, I am sure, will be the same. Have a great difference. Apple the first time looked like this, not like this. She looked more stressed, as I could remember. And normally, I would spot everyone. When I go back, I put everyone on review. But now a bit jump, so I forget something. In the past, every time that I meet someone, I will reveal and then see the change within 1 year. Apple, just your second time, as a second speech, you could make a great difference. So keep on. Congratulations again. And of course, before I leave, I would like to say that a few words here. So wonderful for all of you. Go and practice. Your club is really unique. Like the word let, the word let. And when you go back, you can say, let me drive my car. You change it, and then you do it, repeat it. You become a better speaker. The one thing I see the word make. Yeah. Like to force someone to do something. She made her son clean his room. That's great. Made her son clean his room. But be very careful in colloquial. The word make may have some meaning. I make a lady. Don't do that. I made her yesterday. There will be misinterpretation. Because misinterpretation, if I make the boy to work for me, that is okay. But I made a lady yesterday, it's different. Make แปลว่าทำ right แปลว่าสั่งแปลว่าบังคับก็ได้ขอให้ทำก็ได้ make the boy to do the homework or what something ถ้าบอก I make a lady คนเข้าใจผิดเพราะว่ามันเป็น colloquial ถ้าเรามันเป็น slang ถ้า I make a lady ฉันทำให้ผู้หญิงคนนั้นท้องทุกบางคำ in English we have to be careful but if you use it according to this pattern there will be nothing wrong because you can have the whole sentence and understand the whole meaning so ladies and gentlemen today I'm so proud and I would like to admire all of you speakers coming up here without the microphone the only next time when come up don't worry speak a bit louder be confident that's all and today my job is over but before it's over I would like to leave a message to you leave this room with happiness in your mind back to you
So as acting president today, I'm very honored to have this chance to practice with you. And I hope you enjoy this meeting. I'd like also to thank you everyone for your time, for sharing your experience, for practicing English with us, and especially all of you became Paisan, for your time and joining us every day. So I declare this meeting adjourned. อย่าลืมบอกเรื่อยๆนะ